Welcome back to the Matthaei Warriors, tied with Saginaw Valley at halftime. And we're joined down here on the floor by former Warrior offensive lineman Nate Theaker. And, well, Nate, let's get to the easy stuff. It's a heck of an offseason for you, getting a lot of first-team All-American honors. And now, after playing in an All-Star game, getting an invite to the NFL Scouting Combine, not one of those regional things either, the big combine in Indianapolis. Let's talk about just the process of that and how excited you are for this.
So basically the whole process comes down to about, right after the season ended, took about a week off and then jumped right into training. Trained for about a month and a half right before the All-Star game. Then took another rest week in between the All-Star break and then my second segment of training. And basically I've been training for about roughly 2 months now up until, leading into the Combine, which is obviously next week. So
let's go back a little bit. Going into the 2015 season, you're a preseason first-team All-American, and you end up not playing because of a back injury.
Sir.
And you were able to get a medical red shirt for that 6th year.
Yep.
But what's your mindset when that first happens, that your 5th year is done?
So it's basically, at that point, it's just what's the next step? What do I have to do to get back on the field? Obviously, the surgery and the doctors that took care of me, the whole process went as smoothly as possible. I mean, I was in good hands the whole time. So at that point, it was just what do I need to do, personally to get myself ready, get my body back, and get ready to go. So, 8 weeks after that 8 weeks recovery, I just hit rehab as hard as I could. And then obviously working with Mike Chan and the training staff to get the medical red shirt was obviously a big part, in getting me to play this last year. So, once that got all finalized and everything, my mindset was just, do whatever it takes to get back on the field. You have all this time, all this, energy, all these people, on your side helping you, try to achieve your dreams. So it obviously wasn't going to end there. I wasn't going to let it be for sure. So
and when you got back on the field, like you say, it wasn't just a feel good. Let's get Nate a couple of snaps and let him walk off with a varsity letter and a pat on the back.
No.
This was you came back and you made first team All-American like you were supposed to a year ago, and then kept it going. How gratifying was that for you to know that all that you had put yourself through paid off like that?
I mean, at the end of the day, I know what I'm capable of doing. I'm confident in my abilities. I'm confident in my team and the coaching staff and everyone, that had confidence in me going forward. So it was just once the body was right, I was ready to go. It wasn't anything where I had to think about it or worry about it. As soon as I was, felt good with my body and everything, it was time to go. And I just hit it running. So
left tackle at Wayne State, but you're being projected as a guard more than likely in the NFL. How much transition is that for you, or does it really matter?
Well, I played, 2.5 years at right guard already. So transitioning is not going to be a problem at all, and versatility is key in the NFL. So the more versatile I can make myself, the more marketable I can become. So I want to do whatever it takes to make an NFL roster. If it's bouncing around, playing whatever side of the ball, whatever position, I'll play center. It doesn't matter. Just get me on the field. That's all I care about. So.
How important were Coach Scott Wooster and Coach Paul Winters to your development? There's the obvious stuff, but I know there's certain blocking techniques that Coach Wooster teaches that not everybody does. And then the offensive scheme that you run here is not one of the gimmicks that you see in a lot of Division I programs. You've been running pro blocking. What kind of edge does that give you?
I mean, the thing with our offense is it's a mindset. Physicality is a mindset. You can't, you can talk them and draw it up, but at the end of the day, it's an attitude and the way you got to go after it. So Coach Winters does a great job of instilling that mindset in us, and then Coach Wooster, obviously with technique and everything, learning what he can at the professional level and from all the coaching events that they go to, learning as much as he can about the position and then translating those into our schemes. I mean, you see, the kind of improvement guys can make, and it's insane. And I owe everything to them for giving me the opportunity to play here and my progress and everything that's come along with that. So,
Coach Wooster pointed out something about you that I hadn't thought of. He said you had back surgery. He said the amount of time you had to take from lifting weights, and the fact that now you're back to that these pro guys don't even realize how much bigger you're going to get, how much more muscle you're capable of putting on, and they're going to get a diamond in the rough. They're going to get a surprise.
Exactly. Yeah, and the thing is, too, is even just from being back at home and being able to eat more consistently, obviously mama's cooking helps with that. And, being in a strict regimen, workout, not having to worry about classes and stuff like that, I gained about 15 pounds of, obviously lean mass and then probably water weight, too. And just being able to, keep that weight on healthy is good. And then, obviously, like you said, with the strength development, it's just going to continue. Every single day is an opportunity to get better, and I treat that as such. So, that's all I do.
Meantime, you've already got your degree. You're a graduate student now, so you've taken advantage of everything that goes along with that. And now, next week, you go down to Indianapolis. I think you check in on the 28th, and then you're on the field, I think, March 2nd or 3rd. What's the feeling? Is it excitement? Is it confident? What is it?
It's just, I mean, at this point, I really try to not even focus on it, because the way I look at it is each and every day is an opportunity to get better. So I can't look past anything. Like, even, tomorrow will be my last day of training. I mean, that's important. I can make vital steps there, even in just recovery or certain techniques and stuff like that I can use, going towards the combine. So at that point, when the time comes and I'm in Indianapolis, I'm sure it'll hit me. I'm sure it'll be excitement and, just ready to go. But, at this point, it's just I'm so focused on every single day. I don't even try and worry about, what's ahead really at this point.
Have you talked to anybody for advice, for maybe someone who's been through the combine, or a coach or somebody to say, hey, here's what you ought to be expecting?
Well, the guy I'm training with, Coach Dan Moses, he actually went to the combine, played at West Virginia, was a center, was a Remington Award winner there, so All-American caliber offensive lineman. And so, basically his experience at the combine wasn't a very positive one. He didn't feel prepared, he didn't feel ready. And so his mindset, for training and everything is I'm going to prepare these guys the best they can so they never feel like they don't know what's going on there. So it was great to have him as a reference and for advice and stuff like that, just, to kind of bounce things off of any questions I had. But at the end of the day, it's just an opportunity, it's just a workout. So don't make it anything bigger than what it is, but understand, it's a huge opportunity that you have.
Let's talk real quick about the All-Star game you played in. All-Star games are what they are, but you're a Division II guy, and I know Coach Wooster made a big thing of posting that photo of you on the offensive line, and there's Nebraska helmet, Alabama helmet, Clemson helmet, Wayne State helmet. You got to go up with these guys and found out you can hang with them.
Absolutely. Well, and the thing is, too, is at the PA game, it was such a great experience because all those guys are so hungry. We're all striving towards the same goal. And nobody is foolish enough to think that they're just going to be a shoe into the NFL. We're all at the same starting point. So it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter if you won a national championship or you came from Wayne State at D2. You're all in the same position. It's what can you do for me now at the NFL? It's a business. So with that mindset, everyone understood, what we had to do, and we bought in. And, offensive line it's an easy position to get along with because all 5 guys have to be on the same page at all times. So, the guys there were great. We had such a great experience, had a ton of fun, learning and growing with them. Got to learn from Jackie Slater, who's a 20-year, Hall of Fame right tackle with the Rams, unbelievable guy. When you sit in a room with him, you just try and absorb everything you can from him. And playing for Coach Mike Martz, I mean, unbelievable. Most competitive person I've ever met in my entire life. Treated it, he said, this is not an all-star game, this is a job interview. So that's what I treated it as every single day in meetings and practice. I just tried to improve and prove myself there. So it was awesome.
Well, hey, Nate, just like anybody else who just finished college, like you said, you've got that job interview. We want to wish you the best of luck. We've had a blast with you the last few years, watching you play, getting to know you. Hope to see you when you come back during the bye week in your rookie season.
Yep.
Hey, that's Nate Theaker. We'll be right back on CN 900.